Hello guys, it's been a year since I got this bike. I just want to tell you what are the pros and cons in this bike and also the 1 year riding experience which I have felt with this bike. I have just done around 16,500 kilometers in a year. So I just also want to tell you what are the things I have changed for the betterment of the bike and also what are the necessary things I have done in the past year. So let's get started. Do press the subscribe button and the bell icon for more videos. So guys, I'll just tell you what are the things, the pros and cons of this bike, and also what are the quality issues and what are all the changes I have made in this year, and everything, the experience about this bike. So guys, we will see from the front what are the things I have changed in my bike. So I have replaced my stock windshield with the AS200 windshield. So this windshield is a super cool budget friendly windshield available in the market. I have just done around 160 km per hour and with this windshield, and it's super cool. You can use it for this bike. So I'll just also post the link in the description on how to install this windshield for this bike. So now we will see about the headlights of this bike. This headlight is super cool for this bike. It's so powerful in the night. I just done in all the riding conditions, rainy as well as nights. So it's super cool. Issues with this headlight, I'll just tell you what is that. You can see the headlights turning into yellow color, but the quality of the light is not decreased, but still this yellow lights, I don't know why are these lights are turning yellow. I just informed the service, and also they also said a lot of users are complaining about this light. So you can see here the light is turning yellow. So but they assured that they will also climb to the Bajaj and make the replacement if they accept the climb. And apart from this, all thing is perfect for the headlight. And so the next highlighting feature of this bike is the ABS feature in this bike, and the front brakes are super cool with this bike, but only the front works perfectly in this bike, to be honest. I should say this because I don't feel good with the rear brakes. Even all of the Dominar users complain about this, because due to the weight issue of this bike, the rear brakes are not so punchy like the front brakes. So while applying both the brakes, it will be comfortable for the riding situations. So the next thing we will see about the instrumental cluster of this bike. Bajaj kept it so simple, not like so complicated with unwanted things like other bikes. And one of the main thing missed in this was the gear indicator. So it's quite a disappointment for the customers using this bike. And the bike has a 13-liter tank, which was good for covering around 300 to 350 kilometers. I would load a bigger tank, say 15 to 18 liters, so that the bike can do around 500 kilometers at least in a stretch. And some of the vibrations I feel in this bike is in the tank and in the foot pegs. So that was annoying thing I just faced with this bike, but you just remove the foot pegs and tighten it again. You can be free from the vibrations. So the exhaust was cool for this bike, and you can say the tail lamps are good for this bike, and the indicators are also good for this bike. And I just done the carbon fiber wrap for the tank, so to avoid scratches while keeping the helmets around. So this bike consists of a 373cc liquid cooled engine, and the power delivery was cool for this bike. It's so linear in the lower end and as well as the higher end, and it's not so aggressive like the KTM's. It's also controllable for the rider and better for the cruising speeds. So the seat quality of the bike is cool for the rider, but very hard for the pillion who are traveling with the rider. So I'll just tell you what are the things I've changed for the maintenance of the bike. I've changed the chain sprocket. I just changed my chain sprocket around 15,000 kilometers. So I just do regularly the chain service, so that only I got the life of the chain sprocket around 15,000 kilometers. And the tires for this bike is cool. It's good for this bike, and so I'll just you can view my channel to find the maintenance videos of this bike. It's so quite cheap to maintain this bike, and the quality issues of this bike is you can see the paints going off from the brake fluid cap and this one. So I just consider these two as the quality issues of this bike, and the paint quality is good for this bike, and so totally this bike is a value for money bike for the segment. So it is quite a good bike everyone can afford who are going for a bike, better bike, the price range of 1.75 to 2 lakhs. Thank you.